The great bowlers are back across the pitch, catch us live. We are back, but I rather say I am back. I'm a Solomon today because the other great bowlers are probably sleeping because of the time difference. Yeah, the World Cup officially began today. Opening match, Mexico, or should I say Mexico, against Bafana Bafana, South Africa. I don't want to say it was a beautiful match, but it was an interesting game. Mexico won 2-0. I think they are ranked number 15 in the whole world, and then South Africa is ranked number 16 in the whole world. But watching the game, I couldn't see that much difference in terms of their ranking. It was just two teams playing not the best football, honestly, but one team was able to capitalize and score 2 goals and finish the game like that. Neither teams created many opportunities, so it was a dull game, honestly. But what was interesting about the match is the number of red cards. First game, 3 red cards. It is what it is, That's football, game of moments. Basically, anything can happen at any given time. But fellow South Africans, we should be honest about the coach. We should be honest about Hugo. He has done enough for the country. I think it's time. It's about time. Madara is gaming us, guys. You cannot play World Cup like that. You cannot play a World Cup match like that. I don't want to go back to what we have been talking about in terms of his 26-man squad and how he eliminated good players because of his ego, arrogance. I don't want to talk about that, but players like Lodge, players maybe like even Peterson deserve to be part of the squad. But okay, that is already water under the bridge. But let's just focus on today's game. First of all, the first 11 was trash, guys. Bullshit. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what idea he had. I cannot even understand that there is a whole technical team that sit down and analyze games, and I don't know how many heads are there. They just come together and agree that this is going to be the best first 11 for the opening match of a big tournament like the World Cup. It just didn't make sense. Starting from the goalie, fine, we expected Rowan Williams, the captain, to be the goalkeeper. He didn't have a good game, honestly. Fine, he saved the country there and there with some good saves, but I blame him for the first goal because he completely failed to understand the basics of being a goalkeeper. You cannot pass the ball through the middle when the team is under attack. Just pass the ball through sideways, or just kick the ball and then we come back in defense and organize again as a team and play. And then okay, but his current Mzansi is number 1. We cannot say much. Going back, because I think we're playing a 3-5-2 kind of a formation where we had these 3 central defenders. It's Okoni, it's CBC, it's Mbogazi. I think they had a decent game. Fine, CBC had mistakes here and there. And looking at this flat 3 defenders, I don't understand how Makanya wasn't selected, because I think the only defender that is better than Makanya in these 3, it is Mbogazi. Mbogazi, of course, is our best central defender. But the other 2, they're not that much. Like when you're comparing them with Owe to Makanya is far better than them. And then the formation itself was just trash. But right now, I'm just going to scrutinize and look at his players, the players that he used. And then now we're going to 5. Oh my goodness. We've got Kulisa Modao on the right side. We've got Modiba on the left side. Modiba, we do not have any other option. It's our best left wing back, left back, whatever you call it. And then we've got Modao. I question Modao in this case because I think Matulidi is a better option. I think he's a better option. I think we should have used Tabang Matulidi as a right back. I think he's the best right back in South Africa currently. So maybe because of international experience, I can understand that. And then going to the core of the team, which is Marembula Mkoena, Adams didn't have a good game. As told you, we've talked a lot about story. We've talked a plethora of times. I still don't understand how he even got called up for the national team. Yo, but anyways, it is what it is. It was just like a horrible combination. We couldn't even complete 5 passes. I didn't even see any interchange between the 3 central midfielders. All of them, it seemed like they were lost. It's totally, oh my goodness. First of all, you are receiving the ball as a central midfielder. You are failing to control the ball. You are failing to take control of the ball, to be in charge of the ball, and you are losing the ball against an opponent at a dangerous zone. Like, where are the mirrors, guys? Basics of being a midfielder is to check sideways before receiving the ball. Why are you calling for the ball when you haven't checked your surroundings? Check your surroundings first. Control the ball, own the ball. Like, you are the master. As a midfielder, we expect you to be in full control of the game. We expect you to be in full control of the ball. We do not expect you to be reckless around in that particular zone. Disaster. I'm glad, honestly, he got a red card. I'm glad we are not going to witness or watch him in the remaining games. In fact, he might just pack his bags and go, not even back to South Africa, wherever. Like, he can even remain in Mexico. It's okay. And then I'm going to have a decent game. I cannot fault him. He had a decent game. Adams, didn't see much of him. I cannot also fault him. But that was just horrible combination. And we're coming to the funniest part. Our 2 forwards. Guys, nah. Come on, man. Hugo, you can do better. You can do better. You cannot start one. You cannot start a clone that basically Reynolds is a clone of Foster. They are both immobile. They believe that the ball has to come inside the box, and then maybe, luckily enough, we can be able to score. They cannot create space. They cannot make proper runs. So what was the plan? How are we even attacking the spaces? How are we even scoring a goal? How are we creating chances? Okay, fine, I understand. We came to mark. We came to defend. We are the underdogs in this particular game. But okay, now we have marked. We have the ball. What are we doing with the ball? How are we attacking Mexico? We didn't have any plan. There was no plan. And then, like, in our squad, we've got speedy wingers. We've got Masego, we've got Apolis, we've got Morem, speedy wingers. People who can challenge, people who we can rely on that in terms of, okay, let's hold, let's try and defend, and then once we get the ball, we're gonna put it or kick it towards the wingers, and then we rely on our speedy wingers to attack, and maybe we have one striker. But we didn't have any plan. It's okay sometimes to sit back and absorb the opponent and then rely on counter attacks. But how are you gonna counter attack a team when you do not even have an attacking midfielder? You do not even have an attacker that can eliminate one player. You do not have an attacker that can make those dangerous runs, those half-circle runs and around defenders. You do not. So honestly, and then as a coach, how do you expect to defend for the whole 90 minutes? It just doesn't make sense. It's time, guys. It's time. Hugo must go. Must go, because this is like an embarrassment. As much as we are disappointed, I know that the rest of African community is happy, but it's okay. We are still united for Bafana. But coming to the substitutions, okay, fine. Stole costed us, as everyone expected. It's fine. And then now we are moving towards the halftime. It's 1-0. Still, we can do things, and then we are coming back. We have seen that as a coach, Stoll is having a horrible game, or even your plan is not working. Why can't you just remove him, man? Just remove him. We know that you love him as your favorite player. Just put him on the bench for the sake of the team. Do not keep your arrogance ahead of the team. Do not try to prove a point while you are failing the team, while you are failing the nation, while you are failing more than 65 million people for the sake of your ego. That was absolutely bullshit, basically. And then, okay, fine, Stolle commits another foul, and then Tarot card, and then you go and you introduce Tembazwane. First of all, even to call him for the national team, it wasn't a good decision. Fine, it's understandable because of his experience and blah blah blah. You say that he's inspiring, he's good, he's able to organize the dressing room. Fine, but do not play him. Why are you playing an all person? Why? We're already like one man down, and then you are bringing someone with tired legs. How do you think he's going to help us? Because the logic is we are one down, and then we're also one man down. Let's try to bring like someone who can run, someone a speed winger. We've got a lot, plethora of speed wingers. Let's put someone that we are going to feed the ball, and then like someone who can run and stretch the defense. In that way, we are going to be able to add numbers to the box while we are opening the field, and then while we're also making sure that the defense is sitting back. But now we're just adding another I almost said garbage, but I don't want to use that term because we respect him. She has done a lot for the country. But you're just putting another player that is low, that is old, that is not going to add any energy, that cannot run. And then how are we gonna break the defense while we're even men down? Because you're supposed to add like a young, energetic player at that particular time. Someone who's going to add fire, someone who's going to run, someone who's going to stress, someone who's going to frustrate them, the defense. But Mexico's defense was just settled. And then fine, I cannot. You introduced talent, but fine, hope and stuff like that. But Hugo, Bruce, you have to take the blame. You have to accept it. You completely failed South Africa. You completely failed South Africa, and everyone behind South Africa. You failed as a coach because of your ego, because of your arrogance. You must just go back and accept your mistakes. Start the players, play players who deserve to be there. Play your best players. That's what is hurting about this particular game. It is that we didn't lose with our best squad. It's always better to lose when you have your best players in the field of play, and then you accept whatever results, because you know pretty well that you did what you were supposed to do, or you tried your best. But like in this case, we didn't try our best. You went on with your arrogance and your ego. You decided to play your favorite players, and you embarrassed us. Like now we cannot even walk. We cannot even wear these beautiful replicas with pride. But we remain united for Bafana. And this might sound weird, but I'm glad Stolle got a red card. At least we're not going to see him again. I'm glad Tembazwane got a red card. At least we're not going to see him again. I'm hoping to see Rele. I need Rele, man. I need Rele. The star boy must play him. The face of South African football. Coach, how do you finish like the first game without introducing Rele? Without introducing the face of South African football? How are you playing without the most talented, the current talented South African player? Hugo Bruce. But yeah, Hugo Bruce, you must go. Just remain in Mexico, or after the last game in South Africa, you just remain here in the US, because man, we are tired. We have been defending you for so long, based on your squad selection, now it's your team selection, now it's your crazy formations without a plan, playing your favorite players instead of playing best players. It's disappointing. It's disappointing. But it's the great bowlers. We remain united for Bafana. Go Bafana. Go Bafana. Go Bafana.